No more apologizing for walking away from situations that do not nurture you, that do not value you, that do not fulfill you. Happily leave those situations in the dust. Whatever it is, leave it in the dust. And do not apologize for it. Do not feel bad for it. There's nothing to feel bad about. It's a good thing. Pat yourself on the back, actually. Hey Bookies, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Andy, and here on my corner of the interwebs, we talk about life, love, the pursuit of passion, and the pursuit of purpose. And I just wanted to pop on here real quick and just talk about the fact that we're all on this journey. If we're doing it right, we're constantly learning. We are growing a commitment to and an appreciation for change. And with that change comes evolution, and we are constantly evolving. Every new day is a new opportunity for us to commit to becoming the human being that we want to become. But it's not always easy when it comes to implementing the changes that need to take place to truly evolve and become that person, to truly evolve and create that life. It's something that takes time, and it gets easier over time. Me personally, I can see the growth that I have gone through, and I can see it and feel it in myself and in my actions. And while there are still areas that need some need some help, overall when it comes to like setting boundaries, when it comes to standing firm in who I am, what I desire, what I want for myself, I don't play about that shit, you know? And again, there are areas where it could be a little bit better, but ultimately I'm not all knowing, you know? I'm just human, and I can acknowledge that I've come a long way. So in this video, I just want to share a few things that on this journey of evolution and learning what needs to be done and what needs to be overcome in order for me to be the woman that I aspire to be and create the life that I want for myself. I want to talk about some things that I'm no longer apologizing for. Literally things that I'm no longer apologizing for the sake of my health, for the sake of my well-being, for the sake of my sanity, for the sake of my peace, baby. There are certain things that are just not negotiable, not up for debate. So if you need some good examples of things that I think none of us should be apologizing for, keep on watching, because that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So number one for me, my big number one, baby, being strict as fuck. I am no longer apologizing for being strict as fuck, and I'm coming out strong with these right now. Being strict as hell is literally, and not even like in a rude or petty way, just in the sense of like, for example, if I care for, at the very bare minimum, decent human respect, and like that's not being met, then you're out of here, babes. You're out of here. Like, I'm not putting up with anything that's any less than what I require. There is no leniency when it comes to having access and granting access to my energy. None. And I understand if people make an honest mistake. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people in the situations that try to play in your face. There's no apologies required when it comes to training up your discernment and no longer silencing yourself. No longer silencing your intuition. You know when someone's trying to play with you, and don't let it slide the first time. Like, don't let it slide. Don't allow that to be their indication of like, oh, okay, like she's okay with that. Like, she might have a little tizzy, be a little upset for a second, and then we're good. No, believe that that's how people are the first time when they show you that. Once they try to push your boundaries, push your limits, show you that they do not care, don't give them a chance to do it again. Get them out of here, be strict as hell about it, and don't apologize for it. And don't downplay it either. Don't minimize it. Don't try to make them feel good for what they tried to do to you. When it comes to your energy and the way that you are exerting yourself and the gift that is your presence that you are extending to others, be stingy with that. If people can't afford the cost or afford your presence, afford being around you, the good that you bring into their lives, the good that you bring into this world, if they don't deserve to feel that, then they need to step their shit up. That's not a you problem. That's a them problem. Your standards should be high, and not only when it comes to others either, like also when it comes to yourself. Keep them high, keep them non-negotiable, hold yourself to them, and others, and just be strict about the quality of all experiences that encompass your life, okay? And no apologies for it. Next thing, putting myself first. I am no longer apologizing for putting myself first. What's that quote? I am mine before I am ever anyone else's. Yeah. Yeah. There is no apologizing for looking out for yourself. And this is not a negative selfishness, because at the end of the day, we know that you cannot pour into other people's cup when yours is empty. It's just like when you on the airplane, okay? Like when they say if the plane going down and the oxygen mask drop, what do they say? You gotta put yours on first before you help other people. You have to put yourself first. You have to be good to make sure that other people are good. You can't contribute positively to society if you can't contribute positively to yourself. You need to always be the number one person who is going to look out for you, who is going to protect you, who is going to give you what you need, who is going to comfort you, give you love, all of that. You need to always be that person. You are your most prized possession. So rest, say no, invest in yourself, be stingy with your energy. And again, the people who have a problem with it are not your people. Your people will understand. Next item, changing what I am not choosing. Because that's another quote. What you are not changing, you are choosing. I am very quick now to say like, yeah, no, I did not sign up for this. Bye. See ya. I didn't sign up for this. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Like very quick to be that girl. And this has not always been the case. Like I used to give people the benefit of the doubt all the time, or I would make excuses. I would gaslight the hell out of myself and be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not da-da-da. Like, yeah, it's not what I thought it was going to be. Or yeah, it's not as good as I anticipated, but it's something, but it's this, but nah. Like making excuses to force myself to settle for a situation that I know damn well I shouldn't be in. I didn't choose this. No more apologizing for walking away from situations that do not nurture you, that do not value you, that do not fulfill you. Happily leave those situations in the dust. Whatever it is, leave it in the dust. And do not apologize for it. Do not feel bad for it. There's nothing to feel bad about. It's a good thing. Pat yourself on the back, actually. And in the same vein, I'm no longer apologizing for changing my mind. Sure, this thing might have been cool at one point. I might have been okay with it, or I might have been like, yeah, I'm interested in this, or I like this for me. But after receiving more information, I may come to the conclusion, actually, no, this isn't for me. I changed my mind. Actually, no, I don't like this. Actually, no, I don't want to do this. And that's nothing to apologize for. That's nothing to feel bad about. That's a very good realization to have. A lot of people in this world, they'll have those realizations, but they'll stay in those situations either because like they feel bad or because like they don't want to start over, like whatever their reasoning is. If it's not for you and you've been in it and you've realized that this is actually not what you want, change your mind. And again, it doesn't always mean that there's something wrong with like the situation itself. Sometimes you're just you're not the same person that you were when you first ended up in the situation. Because what are we talking about? Evolution, changing. As you're learning and growing, you are changing and you are evolving. You could be a completely different person now than you were when you first entered this realm. And now you're in here and you're this new version of you and you're like, oh, this doesn't fit anymore. And you don't have to stay there. You're not supposed to stay there. You're meant to grow out of it. You're no longer the same person who resonated with this space. You need to go on and find and be a part of what you now resonate with. Do not feel bad for that. Ever, ever. That goes inwardly as well. Like, don't be hard on yourself either. Don't put yourself in a space internally that makes you feel bad. It makes you feel like you need to apologize to yourself. I'm no longer apologizing for doing what feels right for me. Sometimes your decisions or your desires are out of the ordinary. They're not the norm. And sometimes people just simply do not understand why you do what you do, or why you think the way you think, why you want the things that you want. And sometimes that can make people uncomfortable. And listen, the good thing here is that is not your fucking problem. I am no longer apologizing for any discomfort that my authenticity may cause. And honestly, like, I wouldn't even say that I ever apologized before. If anything, what I would do and what I would catch myself doing is like kind of dumbing down my thoughts, or like making things more like palatable or whatever, or even just like suppressing, repressing my thoughts or how I really feel about a situation, because like I know who I'm talking to is just not gonna get it, not gonna understand it, gonna just make it weird if I talk about it, or just being quiet in general, like just literally silencing myself and my authenticity in the way that I want to express myself and share myself, holding myself in. And that's low-key a form of being apologetic regarding your authenticity and who you are, because you're not singing it from the fucking mountaintops like you should be. You know, like there's an element of, I wouldn't say shame, but just like hiding it. Whether it's because you just know somebody's not going to understand and you don't feel like explaining it, or just not wanting the response that could come with expressing yourself and who you are. Like I would do that, and I don't do that shit no more. Like I don't care if it makes you uncomfortable. You don't need to be around me. Like you're not supposed to be around me. And when you reach that mindset and you're thinking in that way, it makes life so much better. First of all, because yes, you can feel yourself really being yourself and really being able to say what you want to say and being able to truly express what you want and like really putting it out there as opposed to just holding it in. And also because you're being loud and proud about who you are and what you want and the type of life you desire, and things that may be out of the norm, things that may be like what other people are not used to, you're also giving other people a chance to see that from the outside looking in. Like maybe they're not used to being around somebody who has your ideals or like your way of thinking. Maybe they're just not used to it. So they're judgmental like beforehand. But now they see you, and maybe it gives them a chance to gain understanding and clarity and learn something new. And then also it gives other people, the people who are your people, your soul tribe, the people who are meant to find you, it gives them the opportunity to do so. When you're putting that shit out there, your people can now find you. Your people who believe in the same things and think the way that you think and want the same things, now they can come join you in your journey. So at the end of the day, just remember to unapologetically create your own path. Reject anything that does not belong on your journey, because it is your journey and no one else's. And the ones that love you will support you regardless. Even if they don't get it, they're going to support you and they will be there for you. And the ones that don't support you, don't love you, have judgments or feel some type of way, they can eat a dick. I don't know, truly. Like there's no more apologizing or suppressing or being quiet about what you feel called to do. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not hurting yourself, like I be saying this, as long as you ain't hurting yourself, as long as you ain't hurting nobody else, you're good. Live your life and don't apologize for that shit. And again, make sure that you're not creating an internal space that makes you feel like you need to apologize to yourself either, all right? No shame, no making yourself feel isolated or making yourself feel weird for being yourself. No recognizing changes you want to make or paths you want to go down and essentially like stomping out your own fire inside. This video could go on and on. I have to stop it. Like I literally just kept on jotting stuff down because I'm like, I don't apologize for shit. I ain't apologizing for nothing. But we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Please let me know in the comments, what are things that you're no longer apologizing for? Where are areas that you've experienced growth and you see the growth in yourself? Like share that in the comments. I want to talk to you. I want to hear about it. I want to congratulate you, because again, we're all on this journey and we're all trying to figure these things out, and growth and evolution is a part of the process. And I really just want to say I am so proud of you for even thinking about it, for even noticing these things, for doing the work. We're right here, okay? Proud of you, proud of you, proud of you, millennial heart. So I don't know, maybe I'll make it a series, but we'll see. But anyways, go ahead and thumbs up if you like this video, if you received any value from it. And if you would like to make yourself at home, feel free to subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.